Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Hina, and I'm coming from you from the Master Zhi Gang Center here in London on this typical Monday afternoon, which means it's a bit rainy today. So today we have a really quick, exciting show for you, and today's theme is about open spiritual channels. Now, a lot of people don't really know what open spiritual channels are, but in a nutshell, what open spiritual channels are is opening communication with multiple layers and facets of your life. As in, you can communicate with your own soul. You can communicate with God, divine, with nature. You can commune with the planets, the oceans, the trees. Basically, with open spiritual channels, depending on how cultivated or how wide open your channel is, there really is no limitations in who you can commune with. What you can commune with, and actually, which is actually a huge boost in life because you can really get answers to a lot of the questions that a lot of humanity is looking for. As in, what is my purpose of life? Why am I here? What should I do? Who should I marry? Should I stay with this person? Should I break up with them? Is this what I'm meant to do? The questions are endless and the information is endless as well. Another really big factor in open spiritual channels is that you can ask about everyday aspects of life, finances, relationships, but a huge one is health. These days, there's so many options for taking care of your health, medical options, surgeries, holistic treatments. It is endless when it comes to taking care of your health. So today, I really thought of a really interesting person to bring up. And I have Cam. So Cam, if you can come on.
Hi there. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Cam. Now, Cam, big reason I wanted to bring you on is just because your story is so amazing. I love hearing about it. So, can you please tell us your story with your sleep apnea?
Absolutely. Well, a few years ago, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. For those who don't know what it is, it's basically where you stop breathing whilst you're sleeping. It can be fatal at a progressive level, but quite often, without realizing it, I would wake up in the middle of the night and suddenly I would be gasping for air. It's a very uncomfortable situation, and it progressively got worse. I was studying for a medical degree at the time to become a doctor of Cairo, and the worse it got, the more disturbed I was in terms of being very tired. Um, I'd gone to my local GP. They'd referred me to hospital. I'd had various tests where they put a monitor onto you whilst you're sleeping. It again, it checks how you're breathing, your breathing patterns, how many times you've stopped breathing, partially and fully during the night. And I was giving a CPAP machine, which is basically a machine that will where you put a mask over your face, you sleep with that mask on all night, and it effectively makes sure you have regular air going into your system. Now, unfortunately, it's quite an uncomfortable thing to wear, and more so, it probably disturbed my sleep just as much in different ways. Because if you move around at night, it can just wake you up quite easily. Um, I looked at various sort of types of modalities that might help me. Um, I was again a Reiki practitioner and pranic healer, and I'd done various other um, holistic sort of practices. And no matter what I tried, it didn't work. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to come into the Dow Center, and on one of the evenings, they asked for a demo. I was very, I was chosen. I was very grateful, and I'd shared that I'd got sleep apnea, and I'd shared how it sort of disturbed me, as I'm sharing with you now. And I was given healing for about 10 minutes by one of the teachers, and I can say since that day, and it's been probably about a year and a half, I've not had sleep apnea since, and that for me has been absolutely an amazing turnaround. I've not had to use the CPAP machine. I sleep at night. I don't wake up gasping for air. And I cannot thank you, the Dow Center, Master Shah, and all the people involved at the Dow Academy enough. There is no known cure for sleep apnea. And as I said, to be able to just sleep a night without waking up is beyond magic. It's beyond words. And sometimes it's not until you actually experience something like a health condition that you really get to realize how profound and how many challenges it creates for you. As I said, if I'm one of those people that if I have broken sleep, I'm really, really tired the next day, and sleep apnea was giving me that. So I'm very, very grateful. So thank you.
Oh, I love hearing your story, especially because I can relate to having a condition that doesn't allow you to sleep because I had my own and really I couldn't sleep. So I know how it gets. In the mornings, it affects literally every aspect of your life, your relationships. I mean, it affected everything for me. So I mean, that's an amazing, beautiful story. So congratulations. Now, another thing that you had mentioned is now you're changing over careers. You're studying to become a doctor of chiropractor. Okay. So, and I think you mentioned that you also, to help you make this career decision, this life affecting, life changing decision, you would receive flows from people, spiritual flows, which is basically, for our new friends who aren't familiar with that term, it's when a person connects to a higher level of information. It could be a teacher, a spiritual teacher, a being, basically anything, and they guide your life. So, can you just briefly tell us about that experience of yours?
Yes, absolutely. So again, coming into the Dow Center, the first thing I looked at was my health, and that improved dramatically. And then as you realize that there was a much bigger, deeper realm to what you could gain from all the lovely people at the Dow Center, and one of them was having flows. And I was being very, very challenged with my academics. So I chose to take a flow, and a flow is effectively information that is it's just pure guidance from heaven, effectively, as to why you're having challenges. And through that feedback, you can actually understand what I can do to overcome it. So I had challenges with my academics. I chose to take a flow, and in that flow, I got the guidance that I wanted. I was reassured that this was the right path for me. So that was the first thing. I was given some guidance as to why I had challenges, and some of those were karmic. And equally, knowing it is one thing, but also be able to give them the guidance as to how you can clear the blockage was fundamental. And I was able to do the right types of practice that enable that to clear. And by doing the practice, it's helped me to sort of enjoy my studies a lot more, certainly feel a lot more relaxed about them, and also have the confidence of knowing that whatever blockage that there was going to be cleared, and also that I was on the right path. So again, I'm eternally grateful for the flow, and it has really, really helped me.
That's amazing because it's true. A lot of people are confused or a little bit clouded about what to do with their life, and to have that reassurance and to know with firm stability that, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life is huge. And it's also amazing because you also said the flows that you received helped you receive practices and different things that you can do to help decrease the blockages stopping you from progressing, which is huge. I mean, that's freedom right there. Now, my other guest, Parvinder, will you come on?
Hi,
Now,
everybody. Good afternoon.
now, Parvinder. Now, the reason I have Parvinder is because I hear her flows. When she flows, I like, it's just, she just amazes me with her ability to do this, because when she flows, I just hear the purity of the information and the frequency and vibration around changes. So Parvinder, can you tell me how do you use your spiritual channels? And I think you use them every day, don't you?
I do. I use my spiritual channels every day. I receive daily guidance from heaven as to what I need to do today to improve my life. I actually use my guidance to heal myself. So I connect, receive a message. Sometimes it'll be to do a deeper forgiveness practice. I started off all this because I wanted to know more about mindfulness. And the whole reason behind that was because I was looking for peace in my heart. And so many of us are looking for peace and we want love. So I started off at the first retreat, and it's coming up to my 6th retreat. And recently I was at the gym having a personal training session, and I felt like I wanted to vomit, and my blood pressure shot up. And I had to lie down. My personal trainer then was calling an ambulance. And in the meantime, I connected to God and I said, God, what can I do to help myself? And I received a message from my channels to ask for a blessing, bless yourself using your spiritual channels. One of the things that we learn about is our soul language. And through my soul language, I blessed myself for about 3-4 minutes. And I then wanted to vomit. I got up, I went to the bathroom, I threw up, and in an instant, I felt better. So I was so grateful for that. In the meantime, the paramedic actually hung up on my gym instructor and said, if she needs an ambulance, she doesn't need an ambulance, just take her to the walk-in centre. But my pulse was dropping when she called them. So I know that my spiritual channels have actually helped me to effectively save my life. So for me, it's beyond words. And the reason I go back to every retreat when it comes up is because you learn a deeper understanding of the teachings. When I first started, it was you can connect to God. But now I connect to nature. I will connect to the ocean. When I go to the beach, I'll connect to the sand. I can connect to anyone and anything for a message. It's amazing. It's beyond words. And most importantly, if you need guidance to heal any aspect of your life, then you've just got to experience this. It's beyond words.
Yes, I'm so happy you mentioned this. So you can see from Cam's story, his spiritual channels or his access to people who do have open spiritual channels. He got guidance in the macroscopic aspects of life, as far as a big health condition that's actually life-threatening, or a career path which affects your life. With Parvinder, she uses it in micro and macro aspects of life. Micro as in what's my daily guidance for today. And just everything adds up. Now for new friends, there were a lot of terms maybe that you're not familiar with, like soul language, flow, connection to nature and divine different beings. This is meant only for a very short introduction. So please join our introduction. We have a complimentary introduction afternoon, Saturday, August 7th, from 12 to 1:30 p.m. United Kingdom time, where you can find out a little bit more. You can delve deeper into what is open spiritual channels, what is communicating in a non-physical way. We do have a 5-day workshop, which is August 13th to the 17th, where we will be training people how to begin to open their spiritual channels. We have different kinds. We have 4 different kinds. We'll get into that in more detail there. You will learn safe, effective, and powerful methods to start opening your channel so you yourself can have that communication with your own soul, with whatever spiritual teacher, guide, or nature, whatever that your heart pulls you to, that you want more communication, more free-flowing information. It's an amazing way to actually gain a lot of freedom in many aspects of your life. So I urge you, please join us for the introduction session next Saturday, August 7th. And please join us for the actual workshop, because the information that you will get, the methods, the techniques, are super powerful, and they've all been tried and tested and by Master Sha and all thousands and thousands and thousands of his leading students, teachers, and just so many people have found improvement. So I thank you for spending your 15 minutes with us today. Again, my name's Hina at the Master Sha Center in London, and I hope to see all of you very, very soon. Goodbye.